Time for another Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. What's up, everybody? So, if you're watching this, this is part 2 of a mega haul video that I did, or series of videos, 2 videos. Part 1, if you haven't seen it, please go watch part 1 first. Part 1 is all the Marvel comics. What you're going to see here is all the DC comics and then the independent comics. And I'm going to try to get through this a little bit faster because the Marvel comic one was an hour and 20 minutes long. It's a lot of books, but this is like my mega haul, quarter comic haul. So here's the story on this. By the way, if you're new to this channel, my name is Mark Walters. I do Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. It's usually newer books. Sometimes I'll do older books. A lot of times it's like bargain book pickups and stuff like that. But anyway, thank you for visiting the channel. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. I would very much appreciate it. All right, so just to quickly recap. Collected, which is a wonderful store in Fort Worth, Texas. My buddy Ron runs that store. He did a Sidewalk sale, and if you went to the Sidewalk sale, like if you bought one comic or a couple of comics, they were $1 a piece. If you bought 25 to 50 comics, they were 50 cents a piece. If you bought anything over 50 comics, they were $1/4 a piece. Well, me being the crazy idiot that I am, I bought 6.5 short boxes of comics. That's how many comics I bought. So I'm going to show you all of those comics right now, and you can tell me if you think I did well. This is, like I said, this is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, go watch part 1. So this is all DC comics. All right, we got Penguin Triumphant, Brian Stelfree's cover. Some of these I got multiples of, as you can see, like boom, 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 boom. But these are like big deluxe format books for $1/4. I actually got quite a few like deluxe format books. Like I was surprised at how many I got in here. All right, The Flash, Iron Heights. This is another like thick book, as you can see. Didn't have that particular. I think this is a one-shot. JLA Gatekeeper, artwork by Tim Truman. Really nice book. I didn't have it. JLA, The Island of Dr. Moreau. I've never even seen this book. Written by Roy Thomas of Marvel Comics fame. Illustrated by Steve Pugh. Batman Kings of Fear, by artwork by Kelly Jones. Got several of those. I'm going to hold this aside. This is Batgirl. This came out around the time of Batman Superman. They did these poly-bagged comics. It's still in the poly bag, and there were actually randomly inserted sketch covers, so who knows, this could be one of them. I'm going to pull it aside and maybe we'll open it at the end. I don't know, we'll see. Wild Dog #1, first appearance of Wild Dog, I believe, who became a character on Arrow. Let me get a handful here. Okay, so we got iZombie #2, iZombie #3. These are hard books to find. iZombie #4. I guess they were kind of low printed, and then of course they made a TV show, and then all of a sudden everybody was retroactively looking for them. iZombie #5. Nice black cover there. iZombie #6. iZombie #12. I don't know why I'm missing the other ones in between. I guess that was all they had. Some of the stuff that was in these boxes was like stuff they had bought in a collection or multiple collections, just overstock, you know, store overstock. Stuff they needed to kind of liquidate and get rid of. And then some of it is like stuff that you could tell they had in the store, but it was like newer books that they needed to sell off. So you will see some like very new stuff in, you know, some of these books. Like if you watch the last video, you'll know what I mean. There was some stuff that was like almost brand new in there. World's Finest #284. You'll see a couple of these older books mixed in here. Great. Features Legion of Superheroes and composite Superman Batman as the villain. Wonder Woman 77 special #2. Love that cover. That's a big thick book too. Batman 45, The Gift, first printing. This book did go into second print. By the way, I'll tell you if it's not the case, but most of these books, almost all of these books, are in just perfect mint condition. I'm super picky about condition, so I look them over. Even when they're a quarter, I look them over. Batman Beyond number 21. So you might see a couple here and there that are not perfect, but usually I'll tell you if that's the case. Justice League number 5. I love this issue. If you guys don't know what this is the famous Batman One Punch issue where Batman and Guy Gardner have an argument. It's a great, great, great single issue of a series. The Golden Age number 1, or book 1, I guess I should say, big deluxe book. This is a really nice comic if you've never seen it, never read it. Paul Smith did the artwork. James Robinson wrote it. Richard Ory did the colors. Okay. Suicide Squad number 50. They all become zombies. Family reunion. I've never seen that book before. Or I've never had it, I don't think. Catwoman number 50. I think this is the newsstand version. There is a silver ink variation of this cover that I have, but I don't think I ever had the newsstand of it. Celebrating 50 issues. Very happy to get this. DC The New Frontier. This is the great Darwin Cook. God rest his soul. Left us way too soon. Did this amazing sort of flashback, different take of like a flashback of the DC universe, and that's book 1. Django Unchained number 1. A lot of people don't even realize they made a Django Unchained comic book. This was a Vertigo comic. Zatanna number 1. Just a really cool, was that Mike Kaluta cover? That is Kaluta, isn't it? Oh no, wait, is that Esteban Maroto? That's Esteban Maroto, sorry. I don't know why I said Mike Kaluta. Kind of looks like Kaluta. Jenny Frison cover here. Wonder Woman number 61. I have so many of these Jenny Frison Wonder Womans. I've been buying them up like crazy. I've managed to get a few in bargain boxes. I'm going to have to start doing some trades with those because I have way too many of them. I know it's, how can you have too many Jenny Frison covers? Robin number 0. Tom Grummett artwork. Silver ink logo. I don't know if you guys can make that out. And yeah, that's a cool book. It's not Superboy Zero cool, but it's cool. Superboy Zero is the first appearance, cameo appearance of King Shark. Flash number 50. As you can see, some of these are newer books. These books are really hard to come by. This is Justice League Dark and the Wonder Woman Witching Hour number 1. This is the cover B, which is, I guess, like the evil Wonder Woman. When these books came out, these were so hard to get this cover of. And so I was very happy that they had 3 of those. But yeah, those covers were just impossible to get, like when they first hit the shelves. So I'm on my bed. It's the only way I have enough room to spread these comic book boxes out. Wonder Woman number 289. Okay, see, this is an example where, like, I grabbed this book. It's a really good looking book, but if you look closely, you'll see there's some chipping out of the cover. But other than that, it's in great shape. I mean, for a quarter, it's kind of hard to pass it up. Starman number 33. I got this because it's got a Batman crossover, and I love this whole Starman run. Tony Harris and was it James Robinson? Sometimes Andrew Robinson would do covers. Yeah, this is a fantastic cover. Starman number 37, I believe. Really cool. Starman number 60. You would, oh, I'm sorry, this is not Starman. The Spectre number 60. Obviously made to look kind of similar to that Starman cover. This one's got a little bit of a crease on it, but I could probably press it out. I always liked this cover. This is by my buddy Tim Bradstreet. This is the Spectre number 59 Tim Bradstreet cover. I think it's the only time he ever did a Spectre cover. Although something tells me he might have done one more, but I can't remember. This might be the only one. It's a really cool cover though. Rorschach number 1. I think I have this book, but I can't remember if I do or not. But hey, for a quarter, you know, can't beat that. By the way, if these are bagged and boarded, It's because they came that way. I did not put them in bags and boards. A lot of these I need to probably bag and board them. Mad Max Fury Road Part 1. This, I think, is a second printing because it's a sketch cover of Tommy Lee Edwards' artwork. I'm pretty sure it's a second print, but still, this book was not heavily ordered, so not the easiest book to come by. Majestic #1, featuring Mr. Majestic, Ed McGuinness cover. Majestic #2. I see Majestic #1 a lot. I never see Majestic #2. So I was happy to get that. Nightwing Annual 2. Just a really cool Batgirl, Robin. I'm sorry, Nightwing Annual #2. I think I just said Nightwing #2. I have never figured out how you're supposed to say this. I guess you're just supposed to say RWBY, unless it's Ruby or Rawby, but whatever. RWBY #1. Okay. Moving on. I'm 11 minutes in and I'm about halfway through this box. I'm trying to go fast, guys. I really am. Okay, so I already showed you that. Sorry. DC Comics presents #79. Just a really cool Superman and Clark Kent team up. I don't know how that works. That's an excellent shape, by the way. DC Comics presents #80. I picked this up because it features a world full of Supermen. There's all these different Supermen in it. I think I have a page from this, but I could be wrong. I have a page that Alex Saviuk did, and it has like a whole bunch of Supermen on it, but I can't remember if it's from that or not. These were cool to get. This is Green Arrow from the Kevin Smith written run by Phil Hester and Andy Parks. Green Arrow #1. This book was really hot at one point, and it's kind of cooled off since, but it's a great series if you've never read it. I'm going to put these aside because I need to put them with something else. Green Arrow #11 from that same run. Green Arrow #16. Green Arrow #31. Judd Winnick was writing at this point. Green Arrow #30. Guess I had those out of order. Green Arrow oh yeah, I've got them backwards here. Green Arrow #29. A lot of these I did not, I've never had them, so I was happy to get them for $1/4 a piece. Green Arrow #28. Green Arrow #27. Green Arrow #26. I think I've had this book before. Looks familiar. Green Arrow #44. I thought this was a really interesting cover, and I don't know the context of the story, but it says HIV positive, so I'm guessing it has a AIDS storyline in it, but I'm not familiar with this book. But look at that cover, very interesting. So I'm gonna have to check that out. Green Arrow #45. I don't know if this is like the return of Speedy, because Speedy's an old character, but they did like a female Speedy. Cool cover though. Green Arrow #48. Now this is from a different, more modern Green Arrow series. That's a Cully Hamner coloring book cover. I know that because I bought it when it came out. Young Justice #38. This was part of the Joker Last Laugh crossover story. So you've got Joker on the cover, and I believe that is Walter Simonson. Yeah, it's Walter Simonson. You can see right there. Ah, books. Come on, work with me. All right. Young Justice #35 with President Lex Luthor. Always like that cover. My buddy Todd Knock. For those of you that are familiar with Young Justice #1 had this really great cover where all the heroes were jumping out at you. this was Todd doing an homage to the cover of Young Justice #1. So, but it's like they're reading Young Justice as a comic book. So this actually looks a lot like the cover to Young Justice #1. I actually owned the original artwork for the cover to Young Justice #1, but I gifted it back to, well, I didn't gift it. I traded it back to Todd Nauck because he wanted to keep it in his personal collection. So I traded it for a different Todd Nauck cover, which I'm equally as excited to own. Secret Files, Young Justice Secret Files and Origins #1. I never had that book. God, stop it. These boxes. Anyway, there's that. Young Justice Secret Files and Origins #1. I guess this is from a different, or no, wait a minute. Yeah. How is this different? Okay, sorry. This is Young Justice Sins of Youth Secret Files and Origins #1. And this is Young Justice Secret Files and Origins #1. It's a Humberto Ramos cover. A little confusing there. Okay. We're getting into some cool stuff here. Or at least in my opinion, cool stuff. Look at this. For a quarter, Swamp Thing #51 from the Rick Veitch run. I'm sorry, Alan Moore and Rick Veitch. I don't know why I left out Alan Moore's name there. But yeah, that's very, very cool for a quarter. I never see these cheap. Swamp Thing #54. And I actually got to these boxes late because they were like continually putting more stuff out. But they did it Saturday and Sunday, and I got there late on Saturday, and then I was there all day Sunday. I was there for like a total of like 8 hours going through the boxes. So I can only imagine the stuff that I missed. I know for a fact that someone got like 12 or 13 copies of Star Wars Thrawn #1. I could scream because I've been looking for that book, and they bought them all for a quarter a piece. That book's worth a ton of money now. Anyway, and then there was like Star Wars Kanan #1. So there was some good stuff in there that I missed. Swamp Thing #55. But I also mentioned in my last video that Ron, the owner of the store, is a friend of mine. So like if I saw something that I knew was like really valuable, I would have just told him. I wouldn't have tried to buy it out from under him. I just have too much of a guilty conscience for that sort of thing. Or I would show it to him and he would say, that's cool, go ahead and buy it. That actually did happen a couple times at this sale. Alright, Swamp Thing #56. Very cool cover. Some of these I don't think I'd ever seen before. And then some of them I was very familiar with, like this one, Swamp Thing #57. Kind of a classic. They actually did a facsimile reprint of this recently, I think, or one of the DC dollar reprints of this exact issue from the Alan Moore run. Swamp Thing #58. Hawkman and Hawkgirl there. Oh, this is kind of cool too. This has an 8-page preview of the Spectre in it. Always like those DC books that have previews of other books. Now this I've never seen, and I love Swamp Thing. I have never ever seen this book, and I absolutely love this cover. Swamp Thing #60, brand new format, special price. Look at that book. Isn't that cool? It almost looks like a Sandman issue or something. And look at the artwork on that. It's amazing. So, and this is a beautiful copy too. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this issue. So, really happy to get that. And it's the only book that had that kind of cover on it. Swamp Thing #61, very next issue. As you can see, kind of back to the traditional style on the cover. Swamp Thing #62, love this cover. I think they kind of ripped this off when they did Doomsday, Superman Doomsday, where they have Doomsday like tied to a rock like that. Love this cover too, Swamp Thing 32. Look at that rich red background. Isn't that nice? These are great. I'm so happy. That's Steve Bissette, by the way, who did the artwork on that. So happy to get those for $1/4 a piece. Okay, so we got Tales of the Teen Titans number 53. These books are so hard to keep up with in terms of like what's a key issue, what's a first appearance. I've kind of given up even trying. Tales of Teen Titans number 54, like for instance, this has got Deathstroke in it. I don't know if this is a key issue or not, because Deathstroke was in several issues of the Tales of the Teen Titans and other Titans books, like this one, Tales of the Teen Titans number 55. I remember seeing this cover countless times, but I couldn't tell you. I'm sure I mean, I could look it up, you know, and probably finds out, see if there's something in the price guide about it. Tales of the Teen Titans number 56. It's just really hard to keep up with what they did for like keys, first appearances. Tales of the Teen Titans number 57. Cyborg No More. Tales of the Teen Titans number 58. The Return of Cyborg and the End of the Fearsome Five. I guess Cyborg No More didn't last very long. One issue. One whole issue of Cyborg No More. Look at this. Holy crap. Teen Titans number 39. Now, this is a bit yellowed, but other than being a bit yellowed, it's in really nice shape. Look at this old Teen Titans issue. Flesh, Hawk, and Dove. I mean, that's awesome. 25-cent issue. Really happy about that. And then we finish out this box with Teen Titans number 34. I believe this is a second print sketch cover. Yeah. Teen Titans number 20, Meet the New Team. This is obviously a newer book. They had multiples of those, so I grabbed multiples. Titans Annual versus the JLA. Nice $4.99 book. Probably very low ordered, I would guess. This is Teen Titans number 24. I think this is an Alex Garner variant. I'm pretty sure I don't have this book. Teen Titans number 50. Extra size 50th issue. My buddy Todd Knock worked on this issue too. Jeff Johns. Okay, Titans and Young Justice Graduation Day. This is a big, thick book. I don't know if it's reprints, but it's a big, thick book. Titans 100-page comic giant for $1/4, guys. For $1/4. These are like those Walmart books that they would sell. $4.99 in Walmart. Titans 100-page giant. Okay, what's the difference between this and this? Okay, so this says 4 action-packed stories. This one says 5 action-packed stories, and I believe that's a Brandon Peterson cover. I don't know. I guess one came out before the other one. I don't really know the difference. Villains 100-page giant number 1, featuring a Joker cover. And Wonder Woman 100-page giant. Okay, that's box number 1. Put that aside. Over there. Box number 2. And we are 23 minutes in. Oh my god. Okay, let me get a little more comfortable here. Unbelievable. Okay. Superman Leviathan Rising number 1. Big, thick deluxe book, as you can see. World's Finest number 1 by Walter Simonson and Dan Brereton. Gold stamped logo, deluxe book. I think this was like a $5.99 book when it came out, which was a while ago. Oh man, this is totally messing up my system here. I'm trying to get out like a stack at a time, that way I can go through a stack. Okay, so Thrill Killer, Batgirl and Robin. This is Thrill Killer #1 by Dan Brereton. Really cool book if you've never read it. Supergirl #12, Soul Survivor. Supergirl #11. You gotta like this. Look at that. See that? You gotta dig that. Come on. Silver Banshee. She wants your soul. Supergirl #5. There's two different versions of this cover, as you can see. On one of them, Michael Turner drew the dark Supergirl, and on the other one, Michael Turner drew the regular Supergirl. And then the other Supergirl, I believe, is drawn by Ian Churchill. Yep, Ian Churchill. So I got both versions of that. And then this is I believe, a second printing with the white background, and it has both of the versions drawn by Michael Turner. Never had this book that I can recall. I had the other ones, but I don't think I've ever had that. I mentioned this before, and again, this is one of the books that I actually said to Ron. I said, do you want to pull this? Just in case, because I just don't like to fool him or buy something out from under him, especially if he knows what it is. Superboy #0, first cameo appearance of King Shark. Ron actually didn't know about this, so I told him. I said, yeah, this is a cameo of King Shark, silver logo there. And he said, no, it's cool, you can buy it. So got it for $0.25. Supergirl Annual #2. I just wanted this because it has this awesome Joe Chido cover on it. Painted Joe Chido cover. If you guys don't know who Joe Chido is, he was real big back in the Wildstorm days. He did a book called I can't remember the name of it, I'm sorry. Maybe it'll come to me. Action Comics 655. I just always like this cover by Kerry Gamble. Superman leaping to save Lois Lane, who's like in an action scene there. Another Kerry Gamble cover, Superman, or Action Comics featuring Superman 656. Kerry told me a really sad story about the original art for this cover. He never got it back, and he was supposed to get it back. Superman and Action Comics #684 featuring Doomsday. This is an early Doomsday appearance. Superman and Action Comics #785. I believe this is the first return of Bizarro in Superman comic books after like a long time of being gone, and I got 2 of those. Great cover by Ed McGuinness. Okay, get the next batch of books out here. Action Comics #844. This is when Jeff Johns was writing with Richard Donner, the director of the original Superman movie. And you had these really great Adam Kubert covers, and I believe some of these went into second printing, which I got my hands on there too. So I got the first print and the second print for $0.25 each. Action Comics 854. Really cool cover. Actually got 2 of those. Action Comics 846. Got 2 of those for some reason. Action Comics 851. Action Comics 855. Eric Powell did the artwork. Action Comics. Okay, hang on a second. These books are not cooperating with me here. Okay. Action Comics 858 featuring Gary Frank artwork, Superman Legion of Superheroes. That's the first print. That's the second print. Action Comics 859. Action Comics 860. Action Comics 861. I love these Gary Frank books. Action Comics 1005, Red Cloud is revealed in this issue. Action Comics 1012, always like that cover. Superman flying away from Red Cloud there. Action Comics 1014, featuring a cover by Brandon Peterson. Man, that's a cool cover. Action Comics 1015, I believe, for all you Naomi fans out there, I think this is the first Naomi outside of her own series, like first in like DC continuity or whatever. I think this was her first like guest starring issue, I think. Action Comics 1016, also featuring Naomi versus Red Cloud. Cool book. Okay. God, I love this. Now, what's really cool about this is I actually own an original page of artwork from this issue by Kurt Swan and Murphy Anderson. And this is Superman number 266, Superman versus the Abominable Snowman. Now, this is not Kurt Swan on the cover. I think this is Infantino, maybe? Is it Carmine Infantino? It looks like Infantino, or maybe Infantino inks. Anyway, I own an original page of art from that very issue, so I was happy to get that. Superman 267. I just love these old classic Supermans. Superman 297. Superman watching Clark Kent get beat up. He's like, I'm gonna help you, pal. Just gonna stand over here against the wall. Excuse me, sir, would you like to step outside? Superman number 310. This is featuring Metallo. I don't know if this is like a key issue or not, but it's a cool cover. Superman number 327 versus Cobra, the deadliest man alive, plus the feature you've demanded ever since the wedding of Mr. and Mrs. Superman. I don't know what that is, but it's down the corner. See that? There. Superman number 347. Man, I'm so happy to get these old Supermans, and they're all in excellent condition. Superman number 349. I really dig this cover. What has the world gone mad? Superman number 356. What does that say? Extra, the Fabulous World of Krypton. Down there. Superman versus Vartox. The Battle of the Super Hyper Powers. I got 2 issues of that for some reason. Superman number 370. Chemo is back, deadlier than ever, and only one who can save a helpless Metropolis is Superman. Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. Superman number 380. Now this is cool. I want to read this issue and see what's going on here. So Superman plunging into the past, Superboy flying into the future for a senses I can't even say it. Senses smattering smash up. Pretty cool cover. Really digging that issue. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Superman number 383. Superman number 384. It's Gil Kane cover there. Superman number 397. The Born Again Kryptonite Man, and you'll never guess why he wants to kill Superman. Great cover. Superman number... we go from a great cover to this. Superman number 406. I believe this is Klaus Janson. Probably not his finest hour. Yeah, that guy's gonna beat up Superman. The fight for the right to be Superman. I think I know who's going to win. Now, this is a great cover. Superman Annual 12. This is a wonderful Brian Boland cover featuring Superman, Lex back there in the background. Really cool cover. Superman #1 from the John Byrne relaunch that they did. This book's worth a little bit of money. Got 2 of those. Superman #74, another Doomsday appearance. Got 2 of those, although this one is a second printing, as you can see by that right there. Superman #200. It's like a big 200th anniversary issue thing. Superman 468. I believe this is the first Hank Henshaw who becomes the Cyborg Superman, I think. Superman #488. That's, by the way, that's an under the radar book if you can find it. Like, it's one that pops up a lot in bargain boxes and nobody realizes that they should be picking it up. Adventures of Superman number 505 with this awesome like foil refractor cover there. Did I say refractor? Refractor cover. Got 2 copies of that. Adventures of Superman number 625, Michael Turner cover. And the second printing sketch variant. Love those second print sketch variants. Superman number 6. Dang it. Hold on. Sorry. Alright. Superman number 651. And Superman number 651 second printing. Terry Dodson cover art there. How are we doing on time? 37 minutes in. Man of Steel #1. Superman Man of Steel number 18. This is the first appearance of Doomsday, 3rd printing. I've never had this book. I've never had the 3rd printing of that book. Superman Man of Steel number 19. Superman fights Doomsday. Got 2 copies of that. 2 copies. It's a cool book. Great cover. Superman number 25, which I believe is the first full appearance of Superman from the return. The real Superman return in that issue. That's kind of a key book. Another flying under the radar book. I always like this book. This is Superman Man of Steel number 37, and in this issue, Superman interacts with all these different Batmans from like every era of comics. So you have like, you know, the old like Dick Sprang Batman. You've got, I don't know, this is what is it, Carmine Infantino Batman, Frank Miller Dark Knight Batman. Like all these different Batmans. Like there, I think that's the Kelly Jones Batman. There's a Neil Adams Batman in there, and like. Anyway, the animated series Batman, and he interacts with all of them, and it's a really cool issue, and nobody talks about this book, and I always thought it was a really cool book, but that's another fly under the radar. Superman Man of Steel number 100, got 2 copies of that. I'm a big Superman fan, so I'm always happy to pick up Superman books. Superman Man of Steel Annual number 1, got 2 copies of that, Joe Quesada cover. Okay, bear with me 1 second. This box is not cooperating. Every time I pull out books, it wants to like drop what's left in the box down. So, all right, Superman Batman number 25, cover A, cover B. Superman Batman 25. Second print. I have never had this book. White background, and it's got both of them on it. Really happy to get that. Probably not worth anything, but I never see it. So, Superman Batman 26. This was a tribute book they did Jeff Loeb's son. Very sad story behind that book, but it's look at all these awesome creators that worked on it. Really awesome book. Superman Batman Annual 1. Not a book I see very often. Superman Birthright, number 1. Superman number 8. This is from the newer run. Superman number 14, one of my favorite covers of all time. Adam Hughes with Crypto. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Superman number 17, this is where he reveals his identity. This was an interesting book because this hit not long ago and they didn't tell retailers that this was going to be going on in this issue, so no one ordered heavily on this, and this book sold out and went into second printing. But it's not really worth anything right now, I don't think. Superman number 27, this is a cool book because it's just got that all black cover and really hard to find in good shape. This one is in excellent shape, as you can see. But yeah, I've showed that off before in some hauls. World of Smallville, number 1. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, adaptation, number 1. I screwed up. I didn't even notice this. Look at this. Ugh, folded in, but it's okay because I got a perfect copy, like right behind it. So, waste of a quarter on that one, I guess. Hey, I can read that one and keep the other one. Superman Red, Superman Blue, number 1. People are starting to look for these Superman Red, Superman Blue books, and that's kind of a cool one to get. Superman Returns, the prequel. They did 4 separate comic books to tie in with Superman Returns. All of them have covers by Adam Hughes. This is one of them. This is number 2, featuring Ma Kent in the cornfield. Number 3, featuring Lex Luthor in jail. And number 4, featuring Lois Lane. And all 4 of those covers are done by Adam Hughes. So I got the whole set. Have to add that to my box of Adam Hughes stuff. Superman, Batman, Secret Files and Origins, 2003. Big, thick book. Superman, Secret Files and Origins, 2004. Ed McGuinness cover. Superman, Secret Files and Origins, 2005. These are always just nice books to have, especially if you can get them cheap, because stores never ordered them. Superman, Secret Identity. This is Kurt Busiek and Steve Immonen. I had somebody tell me once, they said, I'm so impressed you can say his last name. And I'm like, what? It's Immonen. And they're like, they couldn't say it. They literally could not say Immonen. And I'm like, it's Steve Immonen. It is kind of a hard word to say when you think about it. Superman, The Secret Years, number 1. Great Frank Miller cover on there. I actually saw the original art for this cover, and this Superman is like a separate element, if I remember correctly. Superman number 1, this is the director's cut. John Romita Jr. artwork. Superman Family 199. Superman Heroes number 1. What is it about this book? This obviously was meant to tie into what was that book that came out from DC? It was like Heroes. Oh man, I can't think of anything. Anyway, I didn't have it, so. This is a book I always tell people to pick up if you see it. Green Lantern number 46. So when the death of Superman and the reign of Superman story was going on, this was a crossover issue that they did where Superman, the Eradicator, and the robot Superman, cyborg Superman, robot Superman. That sounds like something your parent would say. Hey, what's the one with the robot Superman? No, it's the cyborg Superman, Mom. Anyway, this is where they fight at Coast City, and this was a very underordered book. So when this storyline was coming out, like everyone was looking for this book because it was like one of the crossovers that nobody ordered. It's not worth anything now, but it's still a cool book to have. Batman Detective Comics 1001, first full appearance of Gotham Knight. I got multiples of those. That's another book that's not really worth anything, but I guess it depends on if they decide to do anything more with Gotham Knight. Batman Detective Comics 1008, Joker cover, Doug Mankey. Artwork, my friend Jaime Mendoza did the inks. Batman Who Laughs, number 7. I just really dug that cover. Was that Dave Finch? I got 2 of those. Secret Origins Special number 1. You guys have seen me show this book off before. This is a very cool book. It's got like Brian Bolland cover, Sam Keith artwork, Neil Gaiman story. Like, there's all sorts of cool stuff in that book. Almost done with this box. Secret DCU Heroes Files and Origins number 1. Oh, come on. Secret Guide to the DC Universe 2000 Files and Origins. Like I said, I'm always happy to pick those books up when I can find them for cheap. Very surprised to see these books in a quarter box. Preacher, number 51. One of these is a key book. I gotta look up which one, but one of them is a key issue. This is 51. It may be this one, actually. In fact, I think it is. 51 is a key issue, but I can't remember why. 59. 60. Or maybe it is, maybe it's this one, 60. I got 2 copies of that. 61. Why am I doing it that way? 62. 63. This is when they were getting towards the end of the run. 64. Got 2 of those. Like I said, one of these is a key issue. I just can't remember which one. I think it's maybe 50. The first one I showed you, 51. 65. Is this the last one? Yeah, I think this is the last one. Where like everybody dies. And then Preacher Special, Tall in the Saddle. This is a big deluxe book. Thick book. Okay, Jesus. 47 minutes in. That's all the DC comics. Now, independent books. Is everybody still with me? We're getting close, guys. I'm sorry. So, after this, we're done. These I grabbed because I just thought they were cool. And no one else was getting them. I don't know if there was more like this. I just saw them and I had to have them. This is Roy Rogers and Trigger from Dell Comics, number 139. I really need to get this in a better bag and board, but just a really nice old comic book. Let me lift that up so you can see the cover. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, this bag is pathetic. And then look at this. This is kind of cool. This is a Honey Nut Bee career adventure. Lights, camera, action. I guess this is like an insert that came with Honey Nut Cheerios. Never seen it before, so I thought I'd grab it. So those are the only 2 like odd-sized books that were in there. Okay. Here we go with the independent stuff. Okay. Anybody know what this is? I think I've shown this in my hauls before. Justice Machine Annual number 1. I got 2 of them. So if you guys are familiar with a series called The Elementals, this is the first appearance of The Elementals. This was a Texas-based comic book company. As you can see, Texas Comics right there. I think it eventually turned into Lone Star Press, but I could be wrong about that. See, like, this is back when you would have multiple, like, Noble Comics. You'd have multiple studios, you know, promoted on a comic book. This is the front. This is the back. See, featuring the Elementals. First appearance of the Elementals in this book right here. So this is a cool key issue that doesn't go for a lot of money for some reason. I don't know why. I can't explain it. But you know what? Good to have. Elementals Declassified, number 17. Anybody know why I picked this up? Can you tell? Look at the girl. Everybody getting it yet? This is an Adam Hughes cover. A lot of people don't know about this cover because this was early in Adam's career. So, really happy to have that. This is an Elementals book. I'm not even sure what issue this is because it was very rare to see comics from this period not have a title on their cover. Nobody was doing Virgin variants back then. I mean, that just wasn't a thing. So, in fact, let's just find out, shall we? Elementals 1996 Swimsuit Spectacular. Anyway, I don't know if that was like a store variant. I mean, store variants weren't a thing back then, so I don't know. Elementals. The Elementals Sizzling Sex Special, number 1. I think this is when they were getting a little bit desperate to sell some books. Decorum, number 1. From Image Comics. Cool cover. That's Jonathan Hickman. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Nuclear Twilight, Future War, number 1. Pit, number 1. Charlton comic, who would have thought? Static, number 1. I'm sorry, number 11. Why did I think this was number 1? Anyway, I had not seen this Charlton comic before. Static, number 11. So, and I don't have a lot of Charltons in my collection, so I thought I'd grab that. Creepy, number 19 from Dark Horse Comics. I just love the cover. Guy playing baseball with a severed head. It's terrible. Shortstop or Ghoul Game. Sorry, I thought that said shortstop for a second. Okay, what else we got here? Youngblood number 1. Youngblood number 2. First appearance of Prophet. They didn't have Youngblood number 3, or else I would have grabbed it. That's the First Supreme. The One, number 1. Does anybody know about this book? It's kind of a cool book from that era. The One, number 2. Had really cool covers. Nancy Drew, number 1. I believe this is a Amy Chu. Is it Amy Chu did the cover? Is that who it is? Amy Chu, I think. Am I right about that? Yeah, I think it's Amy Chu. Oh yeah, because it's right there on the leg. Yeah. The Darkness, number... Oh man, I can't remember the number. I think this is like number 13 or something, but this is the Michael Turner variant cover. This book was so hot when it first came out. Everybody wanted that book. I mean, look at that cover. I can't remember what issue it is, though. There were several different variants for that particular issue. Okay, so now this is kind of interesting, because this is from... let me look up the date here. I can't see the date. The print's too small. Alright, anyway. This is Ghost number 0, and I believe that is a Jenny Frison cover, I think. I need to look that up. It says Phil Noto, so it could be Phil Noto, but it kind of looks like Jenny Frison. I may be wrong on that. This is number 14, and I'm going to cover up one letter there. But we all know what's going on here. We can all read what that really says. Scotty Young, F. Fairyland, number 14. Word, number 1. I was happy to get that. Yeah. Big Girls, #1. That's a book I didn't have. Chew, #1. Of CHU, Chew. This is... I don't know what this is. What is this? Okay, so... I guess I'm going to have to open it. I'm sorry. Bear with me. I know it's a long video. This is Name Share, #1. And this is a 1 in 10 foil variant. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you go. Foil. Name Share, #1, foil variant. Again, I hate it when they don't have the logo on the cover. I know people like Virgin variants, but it just drives me crazy. Youngblood, #1. This is limited to 500, and it's the foil logo for Youngblood #1 when they did kind of the re-release of it. Southern Cross, #1. Becky Cloonan cover. Andy Bellinger artwork. Really cool book. You know what's funny? I paid 25 cents for this. I just won some books on eBay, and I paid like $2 for a copy of this. And I completely forgot it was in here, or else I probably would have held off on it. Moonshine, #1. This is the local comic shop day variant by Frank Miller. As you can see right there, Frank Miller. Local comic shop day variant. Yeah, didn't have that. Okay. The X-Files. This is the Topps Comic X-Files Special Ashcan Edition. This came out before the actual book came out, so that was kind of a preview book. Jack the Lantern retailer variant, Salvation Zero. Happy to get this. Lady Killer #3 from the original Lady Killer series. Lady Killer #5. Lady Killer #4. I don't know why those are out of order. Lady Killer #2. See, this makes me wonder if someone came along and grabbed Lady Killer #1. Like before I could get to the box that these were in. Isola #1. That's a really cool book from Image. I got 2 copies of that. Boris the Bear #6. Anybody know the significance of this book? It's loose, so I can show you. Kind of a somewhat important piece of history. This is a pinup by Rob Liefeld. First published work. And it's not worth anything. But it's a cool book to have nonetheless, because it is his first published work. Aliens Glass by David Lloyd. It's an Aliens book I did not have. Never seen it. Ronan Island #2. I don't know why I picked this up. It's Greg Pak wrote it. Maybe that's why I picked it up. This is a book I have got multiple copies of in my collection, but I'm always happy to get it if I can get it cheap, and that is Dinosaurs for Hire #3. This is a Dale Keown cover. Really sexy Dale Keown cover. Okay. Sex #1. Not the easiest book in the world to find. Bomb Queen #1. Girl Crazy. This actually is okay. So this is issue 2 of 3 Number 1 is at the back for some reason. That's the Hernandez brothers, or Gilbert Hernandez. Girl Crazy number 3. And then, of course, Girl Crazy number 1. But this book is made particularly great because it's inked by Dave Stevens on the cover. You can really see the Dave Stevens in the face there. I don't know if Dave, I think Dave just inked the center girl. Or maybe, you know, I'm sorry, I apologize. So, yeah, it's inked by Dave Stevens. Yeah, it's okay, so it's illustrated by Gilbert Hernandez and inked by Dave Stevens. But you can really tell on that center girl. Jughead's Laugh Out Jokes, number 25. Just a fun old Archie comic. Found a couple of Archies in here. Jughead, World of Jughead, number 215. This is a giant issue. And I will buy these old Archie comics all day long at a quarter a piece. Archie's Laugh-In Joke Book, number 140. Image First's Paper Girls, number 1. This book's real hot. Well, the actual Paper Girls, number 1's real hot. Because they're making that into, what is it, a series, I guess. So now, I had not seen these for some reason, and I'm guessing that they must not be rare, because they'd be too expensive to print low numbers. But this is Valiant Armor Hunters Bloodshot number 1, and it is a chromium cover, if you can see. And so they had these, and then they had Harbinger, Armor Hunters Harbinger number 1, and these are also chromium covers. But I had not seen either one of these before, so I got multiples of each of those. I doubt they're really worth anything, but they're chromium covers, and hey, for a quarter a piece, I can't say no to that. Okay, so we got... I think this is a hard book to find. This is Xena, Warrior Princess number 1, J. Scott Campbell cover. J. Scott Campbell cover. And kind of early J. Scott Campbell. Serenity number 2, Adam Hughes cover. Serenity number 3, Adam Hughes cover. They did not have number 1. I'm guessing somebody grabbed it. Saga number 50. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. God, I'm over the hour mark. I'm sorry, guys. I was really hoping I could keep this one under an hour. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1. Oh, Infestation number 1. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Infestation number 2. I just thought these were really cool covers. I'm not even sure who did them. Swords of Sorrow number 1. Okay, now this I am almost positive. No, okay, I'm not going to say that. I don't know who did that. Sergio Davila, I guess. He's the one that did the interiors. So, at first I thought it was Jenny Frison, but it's not. At least I'm pretty sure it's not. Kill the Minotaur, number 1. From Skybound. Got 2 of those. Faithless 2, number 2. This is the Tula Lotte X-rated cover. Got 2 of those. Psycho, number 1. This is a really cool, fully painted comic book adaptation of the original Psycho movie. Came out back in like the 80s, I believe. Innovation Comics. I'm familiar with that book. I've had that book before, and I was happy to get it again. This is the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. This is the unlocked retailer variant. Again, no logo. Drives me crazy. Dark Crystal Age of Resistance number 1, the sketch cover variant. So I came across these and I was like, I pulled out a big stack of them and I thought, I just can't leave these behind. They're just too cool. I don't know what the numbers are because these are gold keys, and gold keys have these weird sort of almost like inventory numbers on them, so it's really hard to know like what issue it is. I'll have to look them up later. But it's Twilight Zone comic books, these old Twilight Zone comic books. So they're kind of rough, like on the spines, but some of them are actually pretty nice. And I saw this big stack of these in the box, and I was like, I can't leave these behind for $1 a piece. I mean, they're probably not worth much, but they're certainly worth more than $1. 15-cent comics back when they first came out. That's the problem with Dell Gold Keys, is that they're cool books, but they really don't go for a lot of money. So you kind of have to hope you can find like a Dell Gold Key collector who is just looking to fill runs. These covers are awesome. Just really classic looking books. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of just doing this for myself because I don't know if anybody's going to sit through an hour, 20-minute long video of me going through, you know, comic books. But it's not often you can get this many books for $1 a pop. Didn't I already show one of those? I guess that was a second copy. Okay, so that's it for the old Twilight Zones. And then I've got this Now Comics Twilight Zone #1. Was that Ken Stacy doing the cover on that? And then this is another Now Comics Twilight Zone #1, which they obviously were going for a darker sort of Vertigo look on that. So yeah, I got a big bunch of Twilight Zone books. That was kind of cool. The Mask #0 of 4 from Dark Horse. This is kind of neat. It was just in the box. It's Daymen. You remember the book Daymen from, I don't remember, it's by Brian Stelfreeze and Doug Wagner, but these are like promo postcards for Daymen. I guess they sent these out to retailers. So next time I see Brian Stelfreeze, I'll get him to sign those. Very, very cool. Very glad to get this. Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, #3. First appearance of Xena Warrior Princess. Xena Warrior Princess. Why did I say Xenia? They're not flowers. Xena Warrior Princess in comics. And it's a photo cover. So very happy to get that. I think that book goes for some money now. I think. Armed and Dangerous Special #1. This is from Acclaim Comics by Bob Hall. I just thought it was a sexy looking book. So, you know, Acclaim Comics really never went on to be worth anything. But hey, for $1. Curse Words #1 from Ryan Brown. And that is, this is a little bit beat up. I just noticed. Or maybe it's just the bag. No, it's the comic. The comic's got a little bit of damage on it. Curse Words #1. This is the photo cover variant. This is ridiculous. Look at this. And that one's in perfect shape. Youngblood #6. The Rob Liefeld Walking Dead tribute variant cover. It's cool. Dark Shadows #1. Tomb Raider #33, Tony Daniel cover. I think that's a variant cover, actually. I could be wrong. Gun Theory #1. This is by Daniel Way, the creator-owned book. Battle Pope #1 by Robert Kirkman. This was the book that Robert Kirkman kind of was trying to break into the whole creator-owned market with, was Battle Pope. And it never really found an audience, but Walking Dead sure did. Army of Darkness, Ashes to Ashes. This is the Mark Silvestri variant cover for #1. Ash there. Army of Darkness, Ashes to Ashes. This is the, I think, Ben Templesmith, maybe? Looks like Ben Temple-Smith. Creed #1 from Avatar. Kind of a hard book to find now. Creed #1 from Lightning Comics. Blackbird #3. I just thought it was a really nice cover. I have Blackbird #1 somewhere. I just need to find it. Okay, we're getting close, guys. We're getting really close here. Lady Death. I don't remember what issue this is, but I'm pretty sure it's from early on in the run, because that's Stephen Hughes' artwork. But, oh God. The things I do for you guys. I'm assuming it's going to say on the back. Lady Death, The Odyssey, #4 of 4 from August 1996. That's what that is. Lady Death, The Odyssey. Gen 13, Ordinary Heroes, #1. Adam Hughes artwork on the cover and the interior. Really cool book if you've never seen it. The Spirit, The Origin Years, #7. I picked this up because it's got like a gold ink cover on it. The Spirit, The Origin Years, #1. Will Eisner. The Spirit, #1 from Kitchen Sink Press. These were all reprints, but still, #1, you know, of the reprints. I don't think I've ever had that. I've got several of these Kitchen Sink reprints. Elsewhere, #1. This is the Andrew Robinson variant cover from Image Comics. Got 2 of those. Letter 44, #35. And the main reason I picked this up was because, oh God, what's his name? Alberto Albuquerque, I think, is the artist. He came to my show like a couple of years ago, and I'm pretty sure I'll have him back at some point. And so, since these are kind of like blank covers, I thought these would be cool to have him do sketches on. So, man, this was awesome. Forbidden Planet, the innovation book, The Saga of the Krell. Look at that. That is awesome. Big, thick book, too. Very happy to get that. So happy I got 2 of them. He was so happy he went back and picked up another one. Alright, The Psycho, #1 by Dan Brereton. This is a book that has like several different covers because they did the logo and this little thing here in several different like neon colors. There was a ton of these in the boxes, and I found out of all the ones I looked at, like 1 copy that was not all scuffed up. All the rest of them were really badly scuffed. Dark Horse Presents, issue 6. This is from the newer Dark Horse Presents run, and it features Pastaways by Matt Kent and Scott Collins, and so I got 2 of those. Yeah, these are kind of cool 48-page like anthology books. Okay, home stretch. Tokyo Ghost, #2. Very hard book to find. Now, I'm pretty sure somebody must have got the #1 that was in front of this, because that book's going for some decent money right now. But I was happy to at least get a #2, and man, look at this cover. #3. Look at that beautiful cover. Very, very happy to get that. But I just need a #1, so I don't know, maybe I'll find it at one point. Frank Miller, Sin City to Hell and Back, #1 of a 9-issue miniseries. By the way, I'm the guy that if I go through a bargain box and there's like issue 1 through 9, like if they had 1 through 9 of that Hell and Back series, I would have got all 9 of them. I wouldn't have just grabbed the #1. So screw you guys that just grab the #1 when you're going through bargain boxes, because I'm the guy that comes along after you and only gets the like 2 through 9. Stop doing that. I mean, I can understand if they were like full price, but if they're a quarter a piece, just grab all of them. Don't leave the dregs for the next guy. Union, #1. Always liked this book. Mark Texera. Beneath the Dark Crystal, #1. And last but not least, are you guys familiar with Gold Digger? So Gold Digger is one of the longest running comic books from Antarctic Press. Fred Perry is the creator and artist of it. These are Gold Digger trade paperbacks that were in here. Big, thick trade paperbacks. And they're signed by Fred Perry with a gold logo. And yeah, for a quarter. This is Gold Digger Volume 1. So I saw those and I was like, signed by Fred Perry? Yeah, I'm not going to turn that down. So there you go. Oh my God. That's it. Those are all the comics that I picked up from this amazing, amazing Sidewalk sale. 6.5 short boxes of comic books. And I'm glad the sale ended at the end of the day on Sunday, because I probably would have stayed there longer and bought more. Believe me, I got enough. I think my bill, when it was all said and done, was $232, I think. But you know, a quarter a piece is what I spent. And I don't, like, when I go to shows, I'm usually working, or like if I'm running my own shows, I'm usually working, so I don't have time to look through boxes as much as I would like to. So it was fun to be able to go somewhere and just enjoy myself going through comic books and buying them cheap. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I apologize for the length of the video. I don't know what else I could have done. I guess I could have split this up into 6 parts and they would have been like, you know, 25-30 minutes each or something, but no one's gonna want to sit through 6 separate parts. So hopefully if you enjoyed part 1, you also enjoyed part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know what else to say. My thanks to Ron at Collected. Awesome store. Go to staycollected.com. They are in Fort Worth, Texas, off of Altamere. Great shop and really awesome sale. And I'm honored that I was able to like go and be a part of it. I wish I had gotten there earlier on Saturday, but I don't know if I told you guys about this in a previous haul or not. That morning, I had a kidney stone attack. Never happened to me before. No one in my family's ever had one before. It was the worst pain I have ever felt in my life, and I do not wish it on my worst enemy. Pray to God you don't ever get a kidney stone, and stop drinking sodas and stop eating sugar, because that's what causes it. But because of that, I was not able to go to the sale first thing on Saturday. But I was dedicated enough to where when I got out of the hospital and started feeling better, I did catch the end of the sale on that day. I don't know if that's something I should be bragging about or not. And then I went back again on Sunday and was there pretty much the whole day, while on painkillers, mind you. So that might have influenced some of my buying. If you want to find out more about me, you can go to bigfanboy.com or dallascomicshow.com. Dallas Comic Show is coming back June 26th. We have some awesome guests coming to that show. Deborah Foreman from Valley Girl, Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa from Mortal Kombat, and all sorts of other things. James O'Barr, creator of The Crow, is making a very rare appearance with us. This might be one of the only appearances he makes this year at a show, so don't miss it. And you can also see my movie news and movie review podcast, which is Big Film Show, at bigfilmshow.com. But yeah, check me out there. If you guys enjoyed this content, again, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Big shout outs to everybody out there who's collecting books. I hope you guys are finding great stuff. Enjoy comic collecting. See you on the next one.